Who is the mightiest among the heavenly armies? The Archangel Michael, commander of the fiery hosts, the one who faced the dragon himself? Or Metatron, the enigma enthroned at the right hand of the Eternal, the one who speaks with the voice of God and holds the secrets of the universe? There is a silent battle taking place not only in the heavens, but in the depths of ancient knowledge. Forgotten books, hidden scriptures, esoteric traditions, and voices of elders who dared to whisper the name of those who walk among the angels and above them. In this video, we will take you on a journey through veils of sacred smoke, through the halls of the heavenly temple and the portals of secret wisdom. We will explore who Michael and Metatron really are, their origins, functions, and powers, not only in the Bible, you know, but in the hidden scriptures that few dare to open, the Book of Enoch, the Zohar, the Kabbalistic texts, and the mysterious Ethiopian Bible. Prepare to walk through the gates of creation, where time bends and words carry eternal weight. Because today, you will not only discover who is stronger between Michael and Metatron, you will understand why this question is a key that can open hidden portals of the spirit. To understand the greatness of Michael and Metatron, we must abandon modern maps and return to the roots of time, where the universe was still in formation and chaos awaited its tamers. The war between light and darkness did not begin in Eden. It began much earlier, in dimensions where the word was still light and thought was matter. The Archangel Michael appears in the scriptures as the warrior par excellence. In Daniel, Revelation, and in Christian, Jewish, and Islamic traditions, Michael is the one who remains standing when everything else is falling apart. He is not just an angel, he is the prince of the heavenly armies, the one who confronts the dragon, Lucifer himself, and casts him into the abyss. But this is only the surface. Michael represents immutable justice, the sharp edge of the divine sword that separates the just from the unjust. In the Dead Sea Scrolls, he appears as the leader of the heavenly forces in the final battle against the sons of darkness. He is not just a servant, he is an authority, a general, a symbol of spiritual combat that echoes in every inner war waged by the human soul. But then, amid the thunder and flame, a figure appears that the eyes of the world barely see. Metatron, the YHWH celestial scribe. Unlike Michael, Metatron does not wield a sword. He holds the pen that writes destiny. He appears most prominently in the mystical texts of the Kabbalah, in the apocryphal volumes, and especially in Enoch, where he is revealed as Enoch, the man who walked with God and was transformed into an angel, seated at the right hand of the throne. If Michael represents the armed arm of justice, Metatron is the flaming intellect of creation. And in this context, we are not just talking about brute force, but spiritual authority. Metatron's name, according to the Kabbalists, carries a weight that directly echoes the divine name. He is called the lesser YHWH, the one who bears the appearance of God himself. And so the question becomes more profound. Who is the strongest? The sword of justice or the pen of destiny? The commander of war or the scribe of the universe? Imagine the throne of God, surrounded by six-winged seraphim cherubim who hide their faces before the glory, and flaming wheels within wheels that turn in eternal silence. In the midst of all this, two beings stand out not because of their appearance, but because of their function, their proximity, their mystery. Michael, the warrior, Metatron, the scribe. Two pillars that support different orders within the cosmos, the order of justice and the order of knowledge. When we speak of Michael, we speak of battle, but not an ordinary battle. He is the archangel who stands against the primordial chaos, the one who maintains the spiritual balance of creation. In the apocalypse, it is Michael who fights the dragon. But in the secret teachings, Michael is also the guardian of the souls of the righteous, the one who accompanies those who die in holiness to the throne of the Most High. His strength does not come from violence. It comes from integrity, from zeal, from the fire that consumes lies. Michael represents the manifestation of divine law in action. But the universe is not held together by swords alone. There is also writing, and this is where Metatron comes in. In Kabbalistic texts, Metatron is more than an angel. He is an entity that transcends categories. He is described as the only one who can sit before God, for he has become part of the mystery of divine unity. He knows the 70 secret names of the Most High. He oversees the heavenly hosts. He records the acts of men, writes the eternal decrees, and rules over the lower heavens with authority delegated directly by the throne. There are accounts in which even Michael bows before Metatron, not out of weakness, but because he recognizes in him the face of the wisdom that rules the heavens. Metatron is also the angel of the presence, the one who serves as an intermediary between God and the prophets. Enoch, in his human form, is the symbol of the transcendence possible to human beings. He is the bridge between the finite and the infinite. He was not born an angel, he became one, and this places him in a unique position. He carries within himself the code of ascension. And the most surprising thing? According to some occult traditions, Metatron commands Michael. The strength of one is expressed in combat, the strength of the other in government. Metatron holds the power of creation through the sacred word. Michael protects this creation with sword and fire. Together, they are like mind and body, but if isolated, they represent two different paths: ascension through ardent obedience or ascension through hidden wisdom. True strength, then, may not lie in war, but in those who command it, and in that case, Metatron may not just be stronger, he may be closer to the throne. At first glance, comparing Michael and Metatron seems to be a question of physical strength versus spiritual power. But as we delve deeper into the mystical traditions, we realize that what is at stake here is not just who can win a battle, but who upholds the invisible order that makes the battle possible. Michael is the defender of the cosmic structure, the one who, with his flaming sword, prevents chaos from infiltrating creation. He acts as a living wall between good and evil, and his authority manifests itself in the realm of spiritual warfare, judgment, and divine protection. His strength is constant, tireless, like the flame of an eternal altar that never goes out. Metatron, on the other hand, is a more enigmatic archetype. There are no wars in which he appears to fight. He is not called to the front lines. And that is precisely what makes him so immensely powerful. Metatron operates above the battlefield. He is the mediator, the silent judge, the one who writes what Michael only executes. He represents the invisible government that upholds the heavens. In certain Kabbalistic schools, it is said that time itself bows before his presence. If Michael is the sword of justice, Metatron is the hand that holds the universe. These distinctions lead us to an intriguing truth. Strength is not always noise, sword, or confrontation. Sometimes the greatest strength lies in silence, in the command that does not need to be repeated, in the word that shapes realities. That is why, in the end, it is not a question of a clear winner, but of two faces of the same majesty. A battle that cannot be won, it is contemplated. In the face of all that we have heard, there remains not only doubt, but amazement. Who is stronger? The Archangel Michael, who raises his sword against the darkness and roars like thunder over the armies of evil, or Metatron, the eternal scribe, whose pen traces the destiny of the ages, seated at the right hand of God as an echo of his voice. The truth is that this is not a question of comparison, but of revelation. Michael and Metatron do not compete for space. They represent distinct dimensions of divine power. Michael is the force that protects the world. Metatron is the force that sustains it. Michael cuts through lies with the blade of justice. Metatron engraves truth with letters of fire in the eternal books. And in the end, perhaps the most powerful is not the one who shines the brightest, but the one who remains invisible while all remains in order. Metatron, the man turned angel, reminds us that there are hidden paths to greatness, and that true ascension begins within the soul. Michael, the warrior who never falls, teaches us that courage is the first step to reaching the heavens. And you? Are you ready to follow the path of the sword or the pen, of fire or of light? The angels are at war, yes. But the greatest battle has always been the one that takes place within us.